Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for joining us as we introduce CaseQube, your all-in-one command center for legal operations. CaseQube is a modern legal practice management solution built entirely on Salesforce. Designed for forward-thinking law firms, it unifies everything from intake to billing in one intelligent, customizable system. Let's start with the big picture. CaseQube eliminates disconnected tools and provides everything your firm needs, from initial client intake to final billing, in a seamless, integrated platform tailored to your specific practice area. Here are the core features that makes CaseQube stand out. Number 1, end-to-end case management. Track matters from intake to resolution with built-in lifecycle tools. Number 2, AI-driven efficiency. AI powers everything from smart intake forms to automated task generation, document creation. Built-in trust accounting. No external accounting software needed. Everything from disbursements to billing is handled in one place. Custom workflows. Tailor the platform to evolve from your law firm's growth, whether you're expanding your team or adding new case types. Let's talk AI. CaseQube uses AI to automatically extract information from uploaded documents, generate custom documents like demand letters or settlement memos, create AI-driven questionnaires for client intake, score leads, flag conflicts, and recommend next steps. By automating repetitive tasks, your team can focus on strategy, not busy work. CaseQube is a complete system. Include legal and financial operations, record expenses, trigger disbursements, submit check requests, track time entries, generate and send bills, accept and reconcile payments, all without double entry. It's end-to-end by design. From solo practitioners to firms with hundreds of users, our platform is designed to scale. You can update workflows, add new case types, and adjust permissions, all without switching systems. This isn't off-the-shelf software. It's your software, customized to your evolving needs. Centralizing operations has never been easier. One platform, one source of truth, one training path for your team, AI-powered tools to help you manage everything from lead evaluation to document generation to conflict checks automatically. CaseQube includes powerful analytics, dashboards, and real-time reporting. Understand what's working, what isn't, where you're profitable. As we continue to build, we're layering in AI summaries and forecasting tools so your decisions are data-backed and future-ready. Why did we build CaseQube on Salesforce? Number 1, security. Enterprise-grade protection trusted by Fortune 500s. Scalability. Grow from 5 to 500 users with no disruption. Integration. Seamlessly connect to court systems, calendar tools, or local databases via open APIs. Salesforce gives CaseQube unmatched performance and flexibility. CaseQube is cloud-based and mobile-friendly. That means no server maintenance, access from your phone, tablet, or desktop, automatic feature updates, zero infrastructure costs. Our flexible licensing model also lets you pay only for what you use. Let's dive into the live demo and show you how CaseQube can transform your legal operations. Welcome to the future of practice management. Before we walk through the full system flow, I want to take a moment to talk about the Salesforce platform itself. Right now, I'm logged into Salesforce. This is the login page you'll see. On the right side of the screen, we can add your law firm's logo, colors, announcements, or internal events. This area is fully customizable, so your internal users won't feel like they're logging into a generic Salesforce platform. It will feel completely branded to your firm. All right, let's go into the intake screen. Once logged in, the system immediately recognizes who the user is. This could be an attorney, partner, accountant, or paralegal. How does it know? Because we define user profiles, role-based security, visibility rules. For example, California intake team sees California records only. So if you have multiple teams working on intake across different states or departments, we can securely manage what each group sees by configuring user profiles, record visibility, and accessible tabs. So let's start with defining some terminology. An application in Salesforce is simply a collection of tabs and processes grouped together by use case. For example, if you're in personal injury law, which we are right now, we could, that's one application. And we could switch to matter management by selecting it. So now we can select this and we can go into matter management. And now we're in matter management. So you can always tell which application you're in by looking at the bolded name on the top left. Now let's talk about tabs. Tabs represent specific record types or functions. Homes, parties, matter roles. The active tab is always highlighted. So right now we're in the home tab, so that's highlighted. So now if we go into the parties tab, each tab opens with a tabular or list view, which shows you a list of records. So these are all the records. We can filter this list by party type. So we can say all party. So these are all party. And these are all courts. Show me all courts. On the right, we can actually filter it, and it's not rocket science. All it is all parties is equal to court. So all the record types that shows court in it or has the word court in it is shown in the court's parties. You can also create a system, any custom list. For example, all parties in California. All you have to do is define that filter here. These views help users find the exact data they need quickly. So the filters are simple logic-based rules. Any blue text is a clickable link to a detailed view of that record. So now let's go into a sample one. So I just clicked into a party name, and what this did was it opened the party detail page. The detailed view shows everything associated with that party, such as matter roles, which is vendor, client, etc., associated payments, trust balances. On the top, you can see trust balances, disbursements, total vouchers. Disbursements you can see here as well. Total expenses you can see. This pattern applies across the platform. Clicking a blue link always takes you deeper into the data. Now, if we go into back into the parties, we can see that we can actually, this is how we create a new party, and this is how we can choose what type of party to create. By clicking next, we can choose a specific type of party. There's multiple of them. And this is the same thing in matters. We can create a new matter, and we can create different types of matter types here. And once we click next, we'll go into more details for this matter, and the same thing for parties. All forms are customizable. You can include any field your firm requires. Now let's go back to the home page. The home tab and reports is different from the other tabs. It features a dashboard views and is fully customizable. Each user tab can have a different dashboard. Attorneys might see active cases and deadlines. Paralegals might track documentation and tasks. Billing teams might see outstanding invoices. These dashboards are tailored based on the logins users' roles. As part of the implementation, we met with each key stakeholder at your firm to understand their needs and customize the dashboard accordingly. And that sums up just a small introduction into Salesforce. All right, welcome to CaseQube, your law firm's command center. From client intake to matter management, time and expense tracking, billing and accounting, it's all in one smart, streamlined system, fully built on Salesforce. So for this demo, we'll walk through the process by starting a new matter. So let's go to matters and let's create a new matter. So let's begin by creating a matter for specific case types. For this demo, I'll choose family law. And here we can fill in the information that we need to. So we can say John versus Pamela, say demo. We can fill in all the information that we need. And we can go down and click save. Once we hit save, the screen becomes fully customizable. You can configure it to capture any information relevant to the specific case type. Whatever your firm needs to track, we can include it here. Now, we move on to setting up your internal team. So we click Matter Team. You'll need to assign roles for everyone involved, from associates to administrative staff. There are two ways to do this. For this demo, we'll use a predefined special team as an example. So let's click Confirm. Let's say this team handles family law cases. So once we click Confirm, just like that, the entire team is populated automatically. If you want to make changes, like editing or deleting, you can do that in just a few seconds. You can also add a matter team member from here, or change the entire matter team from here. Now, similarly, if you have any external parties involved in the case, let's click matter role, and you can add them here. This includes clients, co-counsels, investigators, referral sources, and more. Each one can be categorized under their appropriate role for clear case management. So here we can create a new matter rule and involve any external parties and click save. Now let's move on to the document management system. The document management system is powered by clouddoc.ai. It is a comprehensive solution that allows you to upload and organize documents using folders and subfolders. You can view files by type, Word documents, PDFs, PowerPoints, and easily tag them as well, creating new folders or even merge files. It's an all-in-one platform designed for efficient document handling. One of the standout features in the matter-based workflow is the matter-based workflow visualization. Once you open a matter, the system displays a beautiful chevron-style progress bar at the top, representing the key stages of that case type, as you can see here. Under each stage, predefined tasks are automatically generated and assigned. So if we go to the taskbar, you can see the predefined tasks that are automatically generated and assigned. So for example, in a family law case, you can configure the system to populate the relevant tasks for that practice area automatically, streamlining your workflow and ensuring nothing is missed. For this particular case type, the 3 predefined tasks are automatically generated. This includes schedule, consultation, complete client intake form, open matter record, and system. These tasks are created instantly based on the case setup. Now let's briefly talk about time entry. This is another area where the system shines. Users can log them in multiple ways. They can manually enter into the task or use the built-in timers, either the quick timer or the detailed timer, depending on their preference. So there's one timer here that you can do per task, and then there's one timer at the bottom here and a multi-timer at the bottom there. So hypothetically, we can click on the red button here to create a time entry. We can say 1 hour just for purposes, and we can click confirm. Before we dive deeper into the timer functionality, let's assume the matter setup is complete. The next step is to request trust funds. This is easily done right within the system by initiating a trust request. So we click trust request at the top right, and we can select any bank account, and let's just say $100. So let's click save. Once submitted, a payment request is automatically sent to the client via email along with a downloadable PDF. The client can simply click the link, view the secure payment screen, and complete the payment. Quick and seamless. So let's go ahead and do that. We can say click here to pay. This leads us to this tab. So here we can add a payment method. We can put our card details in. We can put our bank details in, and we can add a card, and we can click pay. Clients can choose their preferred payment method, credit card, ACH, or any other enabled option. In this demo, we have some things saved, so we can just go ahead and click make payment and add the payment, and it'll make the payment. Now let's return to the matter. So now that we've returned to this matter, once a trust payment is received, the trust balance is immediately updated and visible within the system. At this point, we've completed the matter setup, added internal team members and roles, and received the trust funds. The next step is to record time against the tasks that were automatically generated. So let's go back to the taskbar and click the record time button next to the relevant task and enter the amount of time spent. So here we can say 1 hour was spent, and we can click confirm. It's that simple and intuitive. So now if we navigate to the billing section and open billing details tab, we can see the time entry that has been created. In this case, it shows the $200 for the timekeeper. So now let's talk about how rate calculation works in CaseQube. Rates can be defined at multiple levels: matter level, party client level, or timekeeper level. So if we go into bills, we can see here, if we go into billing settings, we can see here that first it checks the rate. First, it checks if a rate is defined for the timekeeper within the specific matter. If it finds one, that rate is used. If not, it looks for a client level rate. If that's also missing, it defaults to the timekeeper standard rate. Finally, if no rate is defined at any of those levels, the system prompts the user to manually enter a rate so the billing entry can proceed. This layer of logic ensures flexibility and accuracy in how your billing is handled across different case scenarios. Now let's go back to the time. We just covered how users can log time directly from the task view. But there's also another efficient way, using the built-in timer, which is at the bottom. As soon as a user begins working, they can start the timer in CaseQube. So let's say we started it. This started and when they're ready to log the time, let's say we're ready, they simply open the timer panel, click stop recording, and confirm and enter, select the relevant matter and project. So let's just say, and let's say fill in anything else and click confirm time entry. And once we hit confirm, the time is recorded. Once the time entry is saved, it appears automatically under the billing details. Now let me also show you the multi-timer feature. This is great for users juggling multiple tasks or matters at once. You can run multiple timers simultaneously and later assign each time block to the correct matter, ensuring accurate and efficient time tracking across the board. So we can see here that is happening. Now let's go through the billing section overview. Under the billing section, you'll see a plus icon. So let's go to the billing section. You'll see a plus icon here. Under the billing section, you'll see a plus icon. This allows you to add time entries and expense entries or generate bills. This system clearly displays the total billable time, total expense, and overall billable time. Right now, we haven't recorded any expenses, so let's go ahead and add one. So we can also add a time entry from here as well, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to add an expense entry. So let's put the amount as something and expense type and confirm the expense entry. Okay, now that we've added an expense, at the top you'll see a blue ribbon displaying your work in progress. Let's go up. Your work in progress, trust balance, and other key financial indicators. So now that we've actually entered an expense entry, we can move to the billing settings, and from there we can generate a bill. So once the billable items, time, and expenses are recorded, the plus icon, which I can show you right now, the plus icon will now show a pre-bill, which is an option to create a bill. So there are two billing workflows. One is pre-bill with approval, which is useful if you want an internal review before sending it to the client. And the second one is a direct final bill, which skips the approval and finalizes the invoice immediately. So if we were to skip the approval, we would just have to click this and we would be done. If we want to fill out anything, we can do that as well. So let's put it for 2 weeks or 1 week. And let's skip the pre-bill approval process and confirm the pre-bill. You can define your billing cycle. So for example, if you bill every 15 days, in this case, I selected 1 week, set your billing start and end dates accordingly. Once done, click confirm pre-bill and the bill is generated all within the same platform. So now let's say I created a bill. Now that we've already created trust funds, we can apply the payment directly from trust. So we can go into matter billing and go into bills, and we can click there. And from here, we can click pay with trust. And with that, we can hit save, and that's it. And the trust balance, we can pay from there. And the trust balance is now 0, and the bill showed as paid in full. And the billing details reflect this, showing the updated status. All of this, from matter setup to payment, was done in one seamless system without needing any third-party accounting software. It's truly end-to-end billing made simple.